Man, the announcement of this card then came and shook the culture, baby. Okay? I'm not gonna lie, this is a fire card. And it's gonna be in Columbus, Ohio. I hope I can make it to this because I would love to enjoy this. All right. But we're gonna do some quick predictions first and foremost. First, we got Mozzie versus Rich Fetty. Now, from my understanding, Rich Fetty has not battled in 4 years. He is back on a return. Now, I'm not too familiar with him, so I'm excited to see him. I want to see what he can do. I want to see what the fuss is about because I see a lot of people are vouching that this is going to be crazy. So, I'm excited to see you, Rich. Okay, Mozzie, you know what's up. You fire. You already know what it is. Now, prediction wise, I'm going with you. Even though this is a one rounder, I'm going to go with you 1-0. But, like I said, I'm excited to see what Rich is going to do because I've heard so much about him. I heard so much good and I heard he go crazy. All right. So, let's see what's going on. Next, we got V Gotti versus Ric LaFlair. Now, let me tell you something. Okay. I like Ric LaFlair. Shout out to the trenches. And I like V Gotti. You know what I'm saying? For this matchup, ooh, I'm gonna go with V Gotti going in, but it can go either way. But I'm gonna go with V Gotti for this one. All right, both of y'all, both guys are good at what they do, and they're on their way up. I promise. These are kings on the rise. Shout out to y'all. All right, can't wait to see how this goes down. All right, we got a 2-on-2 one round. Ace Amin and Swervo versus J Slash and Ghost. I haven't seen J Slash since RBE. Like, where you been, bruh? Shout out to you. Welcome back. Okay. Um, this is gonna be in Columbus, so Ghost is definitely gonna show out. He's gonna do his big one. He gonna be on his 614 shit. You know what I'm saying? J Slash, I don't know how their chemistry is, but I'm hoping it's pretty good one. And plus, I believe he's from the Midwest as well. So let's see what's going on with that. Now, Ace, y'all know how I feel about Ace. Ace, I really hope you pull this through. I really hope you and Swervo can come in and go crazy. Both y'all being from Maryland, I know y'all cool and stuff like that, so I'm pretty sure the chemistry will be there. Okay. But shout out to y'all, you know what I'm saying? But I got J Slash and Ghost going in. Ooh, Justice versus Muwap. I like this matchup. You know what I'm saying? I like that Muwap is coming back outside. He's exploring his horizons, going to different leagues. He's not playing. But Justice is very hard to beat. You know what I'm saying? So going into this, I do have Justice 2-1. But let's see what happens though. Shout out to Muwap. Shout out. All right, we got Dice versus Low Supreme. I like Dice. Dice gives me like I don't know. It's like it's something about him that a lot of up and comers don't have, and I'm trying to put my finger on it. It's I don't know. Dude is fire. Okay, Los Supreme, you know what's up, Los. You know what I mean. You know what's in front of you. You know what's finna go down. You feel what I'm saying? So, shout out to you. Hopefully, this is a good one. It has potential to be cinema. Okay, let's see if it's going to be cinema or not. But going into this, I do have Dice going into one. I don't know what it is. Dice is different. You know what I'm saying? He go crazy, but Preem go crazy too. You know what I'm saying? He on the rise for sure. So let's see what happens. Oh, we got Hansel versus Appa. Whoo. Not on my bingo card, but I don't mind it. I like this. Okay. Honestly, I usually don't bet against Hansel in predictions. I usually don't. Like if he does lose a battle, I'll say afterwards. But prediction wise, I always go with Hansel. I don't know why. It's just in the beginning of it. I don't see people beating Hansel until they actually beat Hansel. That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I do have Hansel going into this. Appa, you have the capability, but let's see if you can do it. You know what I'm saying? But going in, I do have Hansel. Oh yes. The queen is back outside. Miss Hustle versus Anderson Burris. Now, of course, Anderson just had a great performance versus Arsenal. I heard he did great versus Danny Myers. I heard he did great versus the old lady in Great Britain. I don't know her name. I'm sorry. But This is Miss Hustle, okay? Anderson, remember, she gonna be all up in your face. She got them bars. She not playing, okay? Get your defense ready, okay? Like, no shade, you feel me? But going into this, of course, I always am lady biased when it comes to intergender matchups. I'm going with the queen on this one, Miss Hustle, 2-1, okay? Next, we have a battle that's finally going down. Child, I've been seeing these two go back and forth on Twitter forever, child. Okay? And they finally finna get in that paint. Wusa versus Capo Bravado. Let me tell you something. I like Wusa. I feel like Wusa is one of the ones, and one of the very few that has believability. One of the very few that can punch like no other. One of the very few that, he get in the paint. He outside, you know what I'm saying? But then Capo is like superstar quality. You know what I'm saying? He can reel you in. He can, he knows how to command the room. His crowd control is insane. You know what I'm saying? And they both can rap. But going into this, I'm gonna go with Capo 2-1. Okay, it can go either way. But if I had to pick one, I'm gonna pick Capo. But anything can happen though. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't sleep on Wusa. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited. Ha! Main event. Main event. Eunice versus King is finally going down. I'm excited. Okay. I feel like it's gonna be cinema. It's giving cinema. It's cinema quality on paper. I hope it's cinema when it happens. Like, this is highly anticipated. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like Eunice's pen is crazy. King's pen is crazy. They both can perform. They both have crowd control. They both know how to captivate an audience. And this is going to be in Columbus, Ohio, which Ohio is really great with being non-biased. Okay? Ohio, can we do that? Okay, be non-biased. Okay, make this battle, like, yes. If they going crazy, give it up. That's for all battles on this card. Okay, Ohio, we not biased. Okay? Real talk. But if I had to pick going into this, I'm going to go with Eunice 2-1. Possible debatable. Okay? I'm hoping for cinema. Okay? I need cinema. Gentlemen, cinema. Okay? Shout out to y'all. You know, honestly, shout out to everybody who has something to do with this card. And I heard pre-sales are going to Geechee Gotti and Geechee Gotti's family. Free Geechee Gotti. He's going through what he's going through right now. I'm not going to get into details, but, send prayers. You know what I mean? If you see the GoFundMe going around, donate. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him and his family, okay? Yeah, y'all. Let me know your predictions for Just Business 2. Do you think this is a good card? I think it's great, okay? Shout out to Doc. Shout out to Money Club. Shout out to everybody who has something to do with this, okay? Like I said, I don't want to leave nobody out. You know what I'm saying? But this is fire, y'all. Check it out, all right? April 18th, okay?